and welcome back to another video. Today I have come with a very quick video about the theme of quality written by John Galsworthy. So one of the main themes in this story is the woes of the traditional artisans in the industrialized world. Now it is very known to all of us that the people who make or sell authentic things like handmade things or something, those are not really working out nowadays because the machines have taken over the job sectors and many people like this are losing their jobs or their importance in the current world. So this story actually puts forward this idea about how the importance of these artisans should still be there in the world and how they are being neglected by us. So the Industrial Revolution that began in England in the middle of the 18th century and later on spread to the other parts of the world had a far-reaching impact in the lives of the traditional artisans, which we can actually learn from this story. The story Quality depicts the woes of such artisans in the backdrop of the Industrial Revolution, where mass production compromised on quality and led to the slow decay of the cottage industries and the artists associated with such industries. The woes of Jessler Brothers. Okay, so one of the sub-themes of this story is the woes of the Jessler brother. Now, first we are introduced to the Jessler brother, who are very famous, who make amazing shoes, and slowly we can actually see how they are kind of decaying, what are their problems which they're going through. So the Jessler brothers are portrayed in the story as traditional craftsmen associated with the business of shoemaking. We all have seen that. The narrator of the story knew them from his early youth, as he used to visit them for getting his father's shoes made by them. Later on in life, when he grew up, he himself started getting all of his shoes made by them. He did so because he was a quality conscious man. Now, this is a very famous hint at the personality of our narrator. He is quality conscious and could not find better shoes in London than those made by the Jessler brothers. From this acquaintance, the narrator has hinted about the traditional artists who tailor-made goods with their own hands using the best of material and taking their own time to produce a quality product. However, the narrator came to realize the woes of the Jessler brothers only when Mr. Jessler discussed at length the conditions and hardships of his business, caused by stiff competition from big firms, which mass-produced goods using machines and sold them in the market by luring the customers with advertisements. But the Jessler brothers were not willing to compromise on quality, and they found it very difficult to exist in the industrialized world, marketed by mass production and cutthroat competition. Since they make everything by hand without using any machine or help, they took a pretty long time and in the process lost their customers. Whatever money they got, they used it to pay the rent and buy the best quality leather. So another theme in this story is the loss of their sanctum sanctorum. Well, for an artist, his workplace is a sacred area where he likes to work undisturbed. The Jessler brothers had two little shops let into one, most fashionably placed in the West End of London. They worked from this place day and night, performing all the activities from attending to the customers, taking the measurements and orders, working on the leather, designing the shoes, and giving the finished product. In this shop, they had a work area reached by wooden stairs, and when they had to leave that area, they felt disturbed as if they had been woken up from their dream of boots, or like an owl surprised in the daylight. But due to dwindling customers in business, they could not afford the rent and had to part with one half of their shop to a big firm selling shoes. Mr. Jessler's elder brother was so shocked at losing their sanctum sanctorum that he could not bear this pain and died. Next theme is commitment to excellence. Despite losing his brother and a part of his shop, Mr. Jessler could not give up his commitment to excellence because for him, shoemaking was a sublime art. He never worked for money, but for the love of his art. In fact, he was the personification of the ideals of quality and excellence. He continued to endure hardships and watched helplessly his business being taken over by big firms. It shows that such craftsmen as Mr. Jessler resign themselves to their fate and continue to endure it silently as manifestation by the words slow starvation. This shows the gradual decay and death of the handicraft industry caused by the new factory system. Thus, the story poignantly depicts the woes of the artisans who did not go with the tide by adopting new methods of production initiated by the Industrial Revolution. This led to their downfall. And that was it. I hope this helped you people. Do subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell button because that will notify you when I post another video. Like, share, comment, and yeah, that's it. Next day I will bring in the characterization for our dear narrator and Mr. Jessler. So hang in there and goodbye.